Hi guys, welcome to Diane's Crafty Corner. Welcome to Sunday Chit Chat. You better grab a drink. It's going to be a long one. Feel free to pause right now. Go get a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, maybe a little sandwich because I think it's lunchtime. And we'll be back in a minute. Yeah, I think it's going to be a long one, guys. What have you guys been up to this week? I've actually had a very busy but enjoyable week. Busy though. Like I told you guys in another video, I've had to revamp my house a little bit because of the small, beautiful princess like terrorist that I call my granddaughter. Man, she is a handful. She is into everything. Oh, you know, I just thought I don't have the microphone on. Oh well. I think you can hear me. So I'm just trying to safeguard it. You know, we had a little family emergency last Sunday, and it scared the living poo-poo out of Grandma. Because I don't want that to happen at Grandma's house. You know, I don't want it to happen at Mom's house either, but I don't want it to happen at Grandma's house. So I really just tried to think, you know, like a small wandering terrorist and see what I could find, you know, to get into, and then fixed it. And I think I've got the house pretty much on lockdown now, so I'm happy about that. So I did that. I actually got the pleasure of talking to a couple of YouTubers, either via phone calls or instant messaging, which is not... What is that? Looks like I got a scratch going, like cat scratches, right? Oh, well, got my glasses on so I can see you. Well, I can see me, but you know what I mean. So I actually got the pleasure of talking to a couple of YouTubers via either a phone call, because I've exchanged phone numbers with a couple of YouTubers, or instant messaging, which I suck at. That's all there is to it. I tend to write, I'll write a whole bunch of stuff, erase it, start over, write a whole bunch of stuff, you know, like that. Because my mind goes 100 miles an hour. And I also tend to do things, you know, double up on what I'm doing. So as I'm talking, I'm doing something else over here on the side. So I just found that to be incredibly hard. But enjoyed it. I've learned so much about a couple of you, and I love getting to know you guys better. I really do. I really, really, really do. So that was fun. The other thing I'm learning is the more I talk to you guys kind of one-on-one, is how similar we are, right? It's like, I'm so surprised at how many of us have are shy, or have a little bit of social anxiety, or, you know, I think that's what maybe draws us to YouTube, right? As an outlet, maybe. I don't know. I'm so surprised by that. So yeah, so that happened this week. I did a little bit of crafting. I worked on a couple of ATCs. I received some Happy Mail, which I'll do that in another video. And a little Simon Says stamp order, and a couple little things here. I still have not placed my order for Lawn Fawn yet. I haven't done it. I cannot make up my mind. I really cannot. Of course, because I love Lawn Fawn, I want it all. I know I'm not going to use it all. Well, that's not true. I'll use it at least once. But what I'm trying to say is, I know, speaking of Lawn Fawn, they just shared a post on Instagram. I know that, especially when it comes to the dyes, I'm not gonna use some of them. You know, there's some cool things being released right now, and the more I sat down and thought about it, the more I know I could recreate it on my own. So I think I'm just gonna get a couple of the stamp sets, and I can't even make up my mind about those. So I haven't even placed that order yet. It's on the list of things to do. I think Jamie's pre-order ends tomorrow, so I have to do it by tomorrow. So I'll think about that later today. Today, my husband and I are going out to our normal Sunday lunch afternoon. I think it's a brunch, right? That's what you call something between lunch and dinner. We do it every Sunday. Saturday he plays golf, and Sunday we go do brunch. I think brunch is breakfast and lunch. So what is dinner and lunch? So that's what we do. We do something in the afternoon, and it constitutes as lunch and dinner, because I usually make Sunday morning breakfast here. And what else? I think that's all I'm going to do. I've got some crafting I'm going to do today and videos I'm going to be uploading today. And then I'm hoping to get back on a normal schedule. But that leads me to some of the stuff we need to talk about. So as you guys may have noticed, I did not do a Win It Wednesday this last Wednesday. Nor did I do a video as to why. And it's because I hadn't worked out the details yet. Win It Wednesday will be happening next month, probably earlier than the last Wednesday of the month. I've got something I've got to do some work on first. So there are rules on YouTube. Do you guys know that? I mean, I knew some. Like no profanity, no this, no that. Although it seems like every other video I see, I have to take my glasses off. Now I can't see you anymore. I can't see me anymore either. But they were bothering me. So, so here's what happened. I got a really nice email from someone stating, you know, Diane, I noticed that you don't have the rules posted under your giveaways or competitions, she said. I don't really do competitions, but I think she was thinking that maybe the Facebook group that I said we would have a giveaway over there, that really isn't a competition. You can do it whenever you want to. But that I didn't have rules listed under the video, and per YouTube, you needed to do that. So I really took some time this last week and boned up on the legalities of giveaways and what YouTube expects or doesn't expect of us on a YouTube video, and what could cause a video to get flagged or not flagged, and you know, all of these things. And then I consulted someone as well who is kind of an expert in that field. All right, so with that being said, I have to have a statement underneath all of my giveaways that tell you exactly what you're winning, what it's worth, when it starts exactly, when it ends exactly, and how I'm going to pick the winner. It all has to be detailed, right? And as long with a post sharing what YouTube's rules and regulations are for giveaway. All that has to be under your video. So I'm producing that right now. I'm writing it all out so that it can, so it's just kind of like a blank form where I can go in and fill in each time I do a giveaway, because I'm not going to stop doing giveaways. But that slowed me down. So I meant to come on Wednesday and do a, hey, I'm sorry, we're going to be late a week, which is what I'm planning just 1 week. By next Wednesday, we should have our Win It Wednesday for July and August. And then maybe, I don't know how we're going to catch up after that. So just look for that, and I apologize to you guys. But I really felt like I needed to get that worked out. I think it was so sweet of the subscriber to mention it to me, because I really didn't know. So, yeah, so that happened. And I'm working on that. And then the other thing is that the Facebook, the join me on Facebook and make a card thing. I'm gonna be doing a separate video today on that as well. But we only had 5, including me, 5 people do that for the month of July, which I expected, because it's, it was only a few weeks, right? And I kind of came up with it and did it, and it was so quick. But I'm gonna go ahead and on a video today, I'm going to show you the entries, and I'm not going to be doing a giveaway on that. We'll do the giveaway next month, because I'm sure next month we'll get the 10 people. I'm sure we will, and I'm counting mine as one of the 10, so we only need 9, right? So I'm excited about that. I have to tell you, I so enjoyed seeing what they came up with. I loved seeing the interaction of the people talking back and forth on the Facebook page as well. All positive, fantastic stuff, and I love that, right? I love, love, love that. So that was a lot of fun. And then I had brought up in a video, hold on, let me have some coffee. The other thing too is I'm burning up this week. It has been so very hot here, so hot. And my house faces, the windows of my house faced east-west. So in the morning the sun comes in from the east until noon and it heats up the whole front of the house. And in the evening the sun comes in from the west, of course, and it heats up the entire back of the house, even so much hotter than the front of the house, and we just die. We just die. So, and I have, you know, blinds and things. I can close the house up and make it super dark, which helps it to stay cool. But I have 2 small children in the house with me most days. I don't feel like they need to be, if it were just grandma, I'd leave the house dark. It'd be dark. I don't care. But having 2 small children in the house, I don't want the house to be dark. You know, I want them to have an airy, light space to play and create and do what they're going to do during the day. So we are so hot. And the other thing is I tend to turn the oven on to cook because I cook them hot meals, 2, sometimes 3 meals. I don't just give them a sandwich, you know, they have a full meal. So usually the oven is on, and that heats it up even more. And then sometimes we make cookies or brownies, and that heats it up even more. You know, it's like, so. But I thought I'd buy. I've never had one. I'm going to go buy a toaster oven. Somebody suggested that to me, and I'm like, oh, that's a great idea. That wouldn't heat up the house as much as an oven, right? So I think I'm going to go get a little toaster oven today after lunch, or maybe before, and try to use that to heat up some of their, or cook some of their stuff, you know. I don't know. It might work out pretty good, right? Let me know in the comments below what you think. If you have a toaster oven, how you use it. I don't know. I don't even like using the oven for me and my husband so much, you know. It's just so hot. So hot. So the other thing I did this week is I bought Christina her own little pool. I'll try to insert a picture right here. You know, I bought Christian the blue. Christian started out first of all, he's becoming quite the swimmer in his own big pool. They live in an apartment complex, and he jumps and dives and does all that stuff. Grandma doesn't have a real pool in her backyard, and don't want one. I would feel terrible for the whole rest of my life if I weren't home and some child got in my yard and drowned. I would feel terrible, and I don't want that to ever be. And here in South Florida, children drowned all the time in a pool or a canal. I never would want that to happen, so I never wanted a pool. So that's something else that happened this week. What did I make this week? Did I actually create anything worth talking about? I was playing around with some stamps. I'm not going to show you because it's for another video, but I was playing around with some stamps that I got as Happy Mail. I'm going to show that in a video coming up today. I did that, and I made a card for Pikachu's therapist. I'm going to remake that card again because I stated in the video, and I think just in the video, I feel like I could have done better on that card. Was not my favorite card. I feel like there was a couple of areas that could have been better, but you know, it's, again, you want to do something last minute, you do it, right? So I'm going to recreate it again. Everybody suggested, I'd love to see how you would recreate that, and I'm like, oh, good idea. So yeah, I'm going to do that. So, and then the other thing, what else did I really want to talk about? Like I said, there's a few videos going to be coming up today. I have a little haul video, I have a Happy Mail video, and I'm going to be officially releasing the video on the box share idea that I had. So that video will be up today. And I have a couple of tutorials coming up in the next few days as well that I've done. I'll release those in the next few days. And that's really about it. But there is something, guys, you know, we've got about maybe 5 minutes left. I'll tell you, hold on. 4 minutes left. I have something I have to discuss, and it's something that's been weighing, you know, girls, you know me. If it's right here, I got to talk about it. So, okay. Had a phone call. All right, so now, real quick, we only have a few minutes, guys. Okay, but I wanted to talk to you about something. And this is something that is, it's something that I've been wanting to talk about, and because it's going to be a little bit controversial, you know, I was kind of thinking maybe I shouldn't, but I have to, and I'm going to tell you what it's about, and then I'm just going to give you food for thought. All right, just my food for thought on this subject because I have to. All right, so it's all about AliExpress, that umbrella company who has all those little China companies who are stealing all of the designs from the companies that we have grown to love right here in America. And the misinformation that's being told on YouTube right now about these designs. So I've done a little research, I've contacted a few companies, and I'm just going to tell you what I know. And then girls, it's up to you, right? You're your own boss. You do what you want to do. I'm not trying to sway anybody any different way. Okay? I'm just going to tell you what I know and what I think, and it's food for thought, right? That's all it is. All right. So let's get with it. All right, AliExpress. If you don't know, AliExpress now has, not AliExpress, these little companies. AliExpress is an umbrella company. That's all that is. All of these little companies in China are now stealing the designs from the companies that we have grown to love here in America. Lawn Fawn, My Favorite Things, Mama Elephant, and even smaller companies, right? And I know I've heard a couple of people here on YouTube say, well, you know, they kind of deserve it. All the dyes are made in the same place, right? All the dyes come from the same place. Everybody has their dyes made in China. Okay, that's so not true, guys. It's so not true. I'm going to get to that in a minute, though. It's just not true. Okay, just know that. So months and months and months ago, I contacted a smaller company who's not so small anymore, Gina Marie Designs. You guys know I love her. I love her to pieces, and I love her dyes. She's a woman who has done something where she saw there was a need for something inside her community where she taught classes, and she made it happen, and she needs big kudos. She needs big hugs, big kudos, because that is how all of these companies have started, right? I contacted her because I knew when I first purchased a few of her products that they said they were made in America. And then all of a sudden I read an article or read something where they weren't made in America anymore. And I contacted her. That was months and months ago. And she told me what the deal was. Some of them were, some of them weren't, and explained to me which ones were and which ones weren't. All right? Totally okay with that. I don't, you know, she's got to do what she's got to do. I still am going to buy her dyes, right? She's reproducing her own designs, and they are patent pending, right? Or under full patents, and they are being stolen from her from these companies in China and reproduced. Now I told you guys about that a month ago. But it's what I didn't tell you is that it's not just her. It's Lawn Fawn, it's Mama Elephant, it's My Favorite Things, and it's not just dyes. It's stamps as well. Now here lies the problem with this, guys, all right? These bigger companies, and I've heard a couple of you say, oh, well, the big companies, they're charging so much, you know, we got to buy from AliExpress. And I'm just throwing AliExpress out there because that's the name most people put on their videos when they're talking about these dies. You can get them from Amazon, you can get them from eBay, you can get them from AliExpress, and 100 other little sites you can get them from. But the bottom line is, if it's stolen from another manufacturer, it's still stolen. It's a stolen design. I personally don't think it's right to buy those products just because of that reason, if for no other reason. You know, I'm not going to feel comfortable purchasing something that I know is a stolen design. I just would not feel comfortable at all with that. But there's a bigger picture here, and this is what I wanted to tell you. Is first of all, I wanted to tell you that I have, like I said, I've talked to a few companies, and you can do the same thing. You can email them, write them, do whatever, or you can read their websites. But I've heard a few YouTubers say, well, these dies aren't made in America anyway, referring to Lawn Fawn, My Favorite Things, Mama Elephant, and Simon Says Stamp. In particular, I've heard different people talk about those 4 companies, and that's not true. It's 100% false. False, guys. It's not true. My Favorite Things dies are proudly made in America. Proudly made in America. They pride those dynamic dies on being made in America. Lawn Fawn is made in America. The dies and the stamps. Lawn Fawn's dies are Lawn Fawn's designs. My Favorite Things are My Favorite Things designs. They came up with that design. They produced it here and China stole it. That's as simple as I can make it. And I wanted to make sure that I had that fact straight before I came on and made this video, which is why my video isn't out there a little bit quicker as I would have wanted it to be. And that is the truth. That is what's going on. So when you see that Mama Elephant basket die and the Mama Elephant stamp set on AliExpress, that's stolen. It's stolen. They straight up copied and stole and reproduced. You can see now almost all of Lawn Fawn's dies on there. My Favorite Things dies are on there as well. They are putting these out faster than you can sneeze, man. I'm telling you. And my opinion is, here's what my opinion really is. I got to make this short. My opinion is that these companies that I've heard people say are big corporations, i.e. Lawn Fawn, My Favorite Things, Mama Elephant, and others, started out very small in our community. Years ago, when none of us had a clue how this was going to go, they started out as that small little company. And then they started making stamps, and then they started making dies, and now they are coming up with whole lines for us to see every month or every quarter to keep us intrigued, excited, and renewed our interest in this field, right? In this crafting field. Stamping, dyeing, coloring, and all of that. And then some of the other companies have added in all of your needs. I mean, you know, we've got companies out there, big and small, who are not only carrying all the large companies, but carrying all the smaller things that we need to craft with as well, right? If we're not supporting those companies that are here in America, or even if they're not here in America, because this isn't an America thing right now, if we're not supporting those companies wholeheartedly, and we're buying our products that are reproductions from a cheaper company, then these companies can't continue to produce the way they're producing. And I believe that we all want them to, right? We all want to see the new designs and the new trends. And I just think it's a shame. I really think it's a shame. And I really think it's a shame that there's so much misinformation out there regarding this. Because it is stealing. It really is stealing. They have stolen this stuff. It's not given. These things weren't sent to them to make and they just copied it. That's not at all what happened. Go do your homework, do your research. When you watch these videos where people are saying that, you know, go do your homework for yourself and see, you know, before you think that it's that that's 100% true, because I can tell you for a fact that that is not true. That these bigger companies really do produce their dies and stamps right here in America, and more importantly, did not give any permissions at all to China to reproduce these. So just know that when you're purchasing them. It's just food for thought, guys, that's all. All right? I love you, and I'll see you in the next video. I hope that you're out there today on Sunday doing something you really want to do with someone you enjoy being with and having the best time possible and being as nice as you possibly can be. And I will see you soon.